Hello everybody and welcome back to another Meals of the Week video. So my first recipe I've got to show you tonight is this, it was like a chorizo chili recipe. I actually originally filmed this, but to be honest I didn't really like that chili that much. I prefer my own chili, so I'd rather show you how to make that. Yeah, this just wasn't up to scratch for me. But the tender stem broccoli, which was nice, which is what they replaced my normal broccoli with in Sainsbury's. So yeah, now I've had that, I can definitely buy that again. But the green beans, for some reason, it said to fry them in butter, and they were so greasy and horrible. um, but yeah, this was like my least favorite dish of the week. But the concept of the idea is good. Like I did like having the mince and with vegetables instead of broccoli. So if I make it my own way next time, then yeah, it'd be better. Then next up, so there's like been three of us for like most of this week. So I've actually run out of ingredients a lot quicker than I thought I have. So I might have to do another food shop next week. I'm not too sure. But yeah, tonight I just made halloumi burgers, and I made this with, I put whole grain mustard on the bottom of the bun, and then I topped that with lettuce, and I did some halloumi in the air fryer for about 10 minutes, and then I put some sweet chili sauce on top, and I just put that in a brioche bun, and I just served that with some chips I'd bought, and just some shredded cheese on top. But yeah, this is what it looks like inside the bun. But yeah, that's basically what we had for dinner tonight. So next up, I wanted to show you how I make my bolognese sauce. I always make it from scratch, unless I'm having like a really lazy day, but most of the time it's from scratch, and I really love it, and my partner loves it as well, so I thought I'd show you. But basically, in a food processor or a blender, I've only got a blender, so I just use one whole onion, and then one carrot, a mushroom, some celery, and I had some spare tomatoes in the fridge. I don't usually put those in, so you don't really need to bother with that. And then I put one green chili in as well. But yeah, I put that all into a blender. I have to chop mine up slightly extra small because my blender's rubbish basically. But yeah, that all goes in like that. Sometimes I don't add the celery. It depends, because I feel like I waste it, because I don't like celery usually. But for some reason it gives it a nice taste in my bolognese sauce. But I only use like one a stalk, and I use throw the rest away normally. But I've just thought I could have actually froze it. I never thought of that before, but yeah. I'll do that actually from now on. I wonder if that will work. But yeah, I put that in, and I put about a tablespoon of garlic. I just used the very lazy garlic. And then I tried using a cream of tomato soup today, because I had this in a bolognese once before, and it is really nice. But actually this time around I didn't know if it made much difference, because usually I just use a whole tin of tinned tomatoes, but here I'm using half tomato soup and half a can of tomatoes, so it doesn't really matter either way. I don't think it didn't really make any difference this time around. But yeah, that's what I'm doing this time. It's just half a can of each, and that goes on top. Then next up, I just get some of my chili flakes. I just put a little bit on top. It just depends how spicy you like it. I only put a little bit in this time. I think I should have put a bit more actually. And I put the last of my Italian herb seasoning in, or basil will do, whatever you've got. And then I just basically, I mix that all up just to help it combined all together. Yeah, so here it is once I've just blended mine all together, and it just comes out like that. So it's quite a thick bubbly sauce, and then I usually add like some extra basil or something into that as well. But yeah, that's my basic bolognese sauce, and I use that for my pizzas as well, or my chili con carne. I made a big tub because I had a few dishes that week that involved using my bolognese sauce, so yeah, that's how I made that. Then Yes, I'm making my bolognese for you today. I forgot to even mention that. But yeah, I bought this mince from Sainsbury's. Yeah, and I absolutely hate this mince. I really wish they didn't do it. It's the one that they do, like they put it in the vacuum packaging. But I have to break it up like really hard myself, and to be honest, it kind of mostly turned out a bit like meatball. Like there were still quite thick pieces. Like it didn't matter how much I was trying to break it up. So unfortunately, I do prefer it in the normal packaging still. I know what they're trying to do, obviously, to help reduce waste, but I don't think it works out that well. But yeah, I just fried the mince in there, and I just put some garlic, and I just put some onions in there, and I've got some chorizo on the go at the moment. And yeah, I just start to fry that all off for a few minutes. And I just added in some chicken stock paste. I just put that in and I mix that into the mince because I just find it gives a really nice flavour to the mince. Then next up, I'm going to add a splash of red wine. I forgot to mention I added some extra herbs into that as well. So yeah, I just basically mixing that all together and let it fry and cook for a further like 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'm going to pop some of that bolognese sauce that we've just made. I was just trying to leave enough for my pizzas in the week. So yeah, I've used about that much of my sauce. And yeah, I'll just put that in and then I give that a good mix all around. But yeah, once that's all mixed together, that's basically my bolognese sauce. And I just pop that with a lid over and I just let that cook for a further half an hour on low until my rigatoni pasta was done over in the corner. But once my pasta was done, I just tipped that all in there together and then I just mixed that all up as best as I could. So there was 3 adults again for dinner tonight. Once that was mixed, I then added my toppings. So I kind of turned this into like a pepperoni pasta bake. So I put some onions on there and leftover peppers, and then I just put some pieces of pepperoni, just spread it over on top, and then I added some mozzarella and some shredded cheese. Then I popped that back with the lid on, and then I popped that in the oven for another 10 or so minutes until the cheese melted. And yeah, this is what it looked like when it was all done and come out of the oven. And then I just served it between the 3 of us in a bowl like this, and I just added some just some chopped chives and some coriander that I had some spare leaves, so I just popped that on top, and yeah, that's what we had for dinner tonight. Then next up, I simply couldn't be bothered to cook tonight. So we ordered a Chinese, which was really nice. It's not our favourite one around here, but that one was closed, so we got this one instead. I just had chicken in black pepper sauce and some egg fried rice and some prawn crackers, and then I take my partner's mushrooms out of his chicken curry because he doesn't like them. But yeah, that's basically what we had for a treat tonight. Right, then I tried to do my American night, okay, which just turned into an utter disaster. So it's not really American. It's just not. But I tried to make an apple pie, and me and my partner, we like followed the BBC Good Food recipe exactly to make our homemade dough, and yeah, the homemade pastry, sorry, and it just completely was ruined, and it was just breaking apart and everything. I just completely gave up making the apple pie because it just wasn't going to happen. I'm going to have to just buy chopped brought pastry because clearly that is not my gift at all. So I tried to think of something else to make because I'd already done the apples, and I tried to make crumble with what I had, but I didn't have like butter. I had margarine, so it didn't really break up well. So it turned out like this, and it still tasted nice. It's just the crumble bit wasn't exactly appetizing. Well, yeah, I thought I'd humiliate myself and show you my failed attempt at that because I did try. But yeah, next up I was trying to make the Cobb salad, but again, from what I read, Cobb salad, they actually make it with blue cheese, like every recipe I looked at. had blue cheese. Now, me and my partner don't like blue cheese. There's no point me buying blue cheese if you don't like it. So I use red Leicester cheese on here. And then I also forgot that I needed to defrost chicken because Cobb salad has chicken in it. So that is missing as well. So yeah, it's like 80% Cobb salad is what I'd say. But it was still really nice though. I tried my best to like lay it out like the picture. But basically this has a base of lettuce on there, and then there's some chopped from the right hand side. You've got bacon, and then you've got your cheese, and then you've got cherry tomatoes, and then you've got a boiled egg. And it's served with like a red wine vinegar and mustard dressing that you mix together, and you just put that on top. It was still actually a really nice salad though, I will say that. So I would definitely make this one again, and then you put like chives on top of it. But yeah, that's basically what like my failed attempt of American night was. So next up, I'm just going to show you how I make my air fryer pizzas. So this is what we had for tea the next night. I'm just using these flatbreads, and I will say these flatbreads were like perfect for my air fryer pizzas. So I'm pretty sure if I can find these, I'm just going to use these because these are quite nice base. So I'm just using the leftover bolognese sauce or pizza sauce that we made earlier in the week, and then we just put that on top. Okay, so once that was done, I then just topped it with some shredded cheese that I had, some mozzarella, some ham, some pepperoni. Pepperoni. I've completely messed that word up then. And then some cherry tomatoes, and I put some basil on top, and you just pop that in the air fryer. It literally takes less than 10 minutes, I'd say. I've got these little basket things I got from Temo, these air fryer things, so I just cook that in there and take it out straight away. But yeah, that was it for tonight. It just a really quick, literally took me less than 10 minutes. Then for the next night, I saw this like Instagram recipe of these cheesy toasties made in the air fryer. So I used what I got right now. I could make these a lot better if I had some like really nice fancy bread, but I just used basic bread really, and some cheese and tomato, and you just put that in the air fryer for about 10 minutes. And yeah, we had this whole meal between the two of us, and I tried to serve it with some chicken soup so we could dip it into that. Obviously this was the substitute one. This was the Sainsbury's chicken and vegetable soup, which we didn't like. I didn't touch that. We touched that once and threw it away. It really wasn't nice. It tasted like grass. But yeah, I want to try the hearty chicken soup. But yeah, for our last night of that week, I just cooked a frozen Hawaiian pizza with some chips and just some mayonnaise on top. Just really needed a quick, relaxing, less complicated dish. But yeah, that's everything for this week. So thank you so much for joining me again, and I shall speak to you all again soon. Take care. Bye bye.